In the vast, unpredictable landscapes of Africa and Asia, where life and death intertwine, elephants navigate their world with an extraordinary gift and unparalleled memory. This isn't merely the ability to recall a familiar path or a waterhole, it is a profound capacity to learn from experience, to encode the very essence of danger. A single, terrifying encounter can etch itself into their minds, creating a blueprint of peril that guides their actions for years, sometimes even decades, into the future. It is a silent, internal map of avoidance, passed down and re-evaluated with every step. The lives of elephants are fraught with challenges. From the lurking predator in the tall grass to the far more complex and often deadly interactions with humans, their daily existence demands constant vigilance and an acute ability to discern safety from danger. A moment of inattention, a misjudgment of terrain, or an encounter with aggression can have devastating consequences for an individual or an entire herd. It is against this backdrop of persistent threat that their memory becomes not just a remarkable trait, but a critical tool for enduring survival. Imagine a scene: a young elephant, perhaps separated momentarily from its herd, stumbles upon a snare. The fear, the pain, the struggle for freedom, it is an overwhelming sensory overload. Or a herd, peacefully foraging, suddenly confronts aggressive human presence, maybe shots are fired. Such a singular, traumatic event is not merely forgotten once the immediate danger passes. Instead, it is meticulously logged within the elephant's memory, associated indelibly with the specific location, the sounds, the smells, and the sights of that moment. This vivid imprint ensures that the lesson, however harsh, is never lost. Elephants don't just remember places, they recall the intricate sensory tapestry woven around dangerous events. Their exceptional senses, hearing, smell, and touch, alongside keen eyesight, work in concert to capture every detail. When danger strikes, their brains record a complex signature: the specific scent of a human, the metallic tang of a vehicle, the unique sound of a particular engine, or the visual pattern of a specific type of trap. These aren't isolated fragments but interconnected threads that, years later, can collectively trigger an immediate and profound recall, signaling an imminent threat. Among their remarkable senses, an elephant's sense of smell stands out as extraordinarily potent, perhaps playing the most crucial role in long-term memory of danger. Their trunks contain thousands of chemoreceptors, allowing them to detect subtle airborne molecules. The scent of a particular human, even a residue left days earlier, or the faint odor of a specific type of metal used in a trap, can be a powerful trigger. This olfactory memory allows them to identify and avoid areas where threats have been present, long after the visible signs have faded, creating a ghost map of past perils in their environment. Beyond scent, sounds too become indelible markers of danger. Elephants possess an incredibly wide range of hearing, including infrasound, allowing them to communicate over vast distances and perceive vibrations through the ground. The specific pitch of a vehicle engine, the distant bark of a particular type of dog, or the unique cadence of human voices can all be stored in their auditory memory. Years after a dangerous encounter, the faint return of these sounds, even from miles away, can instantly put a herd on high alert, triggering evasive actions long before any visual confirmation of a threat. While perhaps not as dominant as smell or hearing for subtle cues, elephants use their keen eyesight to recognize specific visual patterns associated with danger. This could be the unusual shape of a snare, the silhouette of a human carrying a weapon, or even a particular type of vehicle. They are adept at recognizing specific features of a landscape where a negative interaction occurred, a distinctive tree, a rock formation, or a bend in a river. These visual markers serve as critical waypoints on their mental map, reinforcing the memory of danger associated with that precise location. Combining these powerful sensory inputs, elephants construct an incredibly detailed mental map of their environment, a map that is far more complex than just topography. It is a dynamic chart interwoven with historical data, marking not just waterholes and feeding grounds, but also zones of safety and, crucially, regions of known danger. This landscape of risk is constantly updated with new experiences. A place where a herd member was harmed becomes a red flag zone, carefully skirted or completely avoided on future migrations, regardless of how many years have passed since the initial incident. Within an elephant herd, the matriarch plays an indispensable role as the living library of accumulated wisdom and memory. Older female elephants, having lived through many seasons and myriad dangers, possess the deepest and most extensive catalogue of past experiences. They remember the locations of reliable water sources during drought, but equally, they hold the memories of places where poaching occurred, or where aggressive human encounters transpired. Her guidance, based on these decades of memory, is paramount in steering the herd away from remembered dangers, directly influencing the survival of her entire family unit. The transfer of this vital information is not solely reliant on direct experience. Young elephants learn extensively through observation and instruction from their elders. When a matriarch veers away from a particular path, exhibiting signs of caution or unease, the younger members observe and internalize this behavior. They learn to associate specific locations or cues with danger, even if they never personally experienced the original threat. This social learning acts as a powerful collective memory, ensuring that the lessons learned through a single, painful incident can protect future generations of the herd, compounding their survival instincts. The impact of a traumatic event, like a poaching incident, extends far beyond the immediate victims. The fear and stress experienced by the surviving members of a herd, especially the young, can manifest as long-term behavioral changes. These elephants become more wary, more secretive, and more prone to avoid any area resembling the site of their trauma. This ripple effect solidifies the memory of danger across the entire group, enhancing the collective instinct to stay clear of specific regions where such profound negative experiences occurred, reinforcing the need for constant vigilance. The true test of this remarkable memory comes years after the initial incident. Perhaps a migratory route, dictated by seasons and resources, leads the herd once again towards the periphery of a remembered danger zone. As they approach, subtle changes in behavior begin. The matriarch might slow her pace, testing the air with her trunk, her posture becoming more rigid. The herd might subtly shift direction, even if no immediate threat is visible. This isn't random, it's the quiet, potent reactivation of a deeply ingrained memory, a warning signal from the past guiding their present actions. What triggers such powerful recall after so much time? It's often not a dramatic, obvious sign, but a combination of faint, almost imperceptible cues. The specific mineral composition of the soil, detected through their feet, the unique acoustic echo of a valley, the distant, faint scent carried on the wind that mirrors a past threat. These subtle sensory inputs combine to unlock a specific memory of peril, instantly informing the elephants of the risk. It's a testament to the detailed encoding of their experiences, demonstrating their ability to retrieve highly specific information from a vast mental archive. When a remembered danger zone is encountered, the behavioral shifts are clear. Elephants might abandon a preferred feeding ground, take a longer, more arduous route around a river crossing, or even change their entire migration pattern. These are not minor deviations but significant alterations to their established routines, demonstrating the profound weight of their memories. The energy expended to avoid a perceived threat, even a long past one, is deemed a worthwhile investment compared to the risk of repeating a traumatic experience. This avoidance is a direct, observable outcome of their cognitive mapping of danger. Upon recognizing a past danger, elephants don't just act individually, they communicate. A matriarch might emit a specific low rumble, a warning only understood by the herd, or make distinct gestures, such as raising her head high, ears spread wide, or subtly nudging younger members away from a specific direction. These signals rapidly alert the entire group, transmitting the remembered threat instantly. It's a complex, nonverbal language of caution, ensuring that the ancient memories held by one translate into protective action for all, leveraging collective intelligence for survival. One of the gravest threats to elephants comes from poaching. These highly intelligent animals have learned to associate specific human activities, vehicles, and even certain types of clothing with the deadly intentions of poachers. Entire populations have shifted their ranges to avoid areas where poaching has been prevalent, sometimes abandoning ancestral lands. The memory of ivory hunters is a particularly potent and tragic example of how a single, brutal interaction can forever alter an elephant's perception of a place, turning once safe havens into regions of remembered terror. Beyond poaching, elephants often encounter conflict when their paths intersect with human settlements and agriculture. A single instance of being driven away from crops, or encountering aggressive villagers, can render an entire agricultural area a no-go zone for years. The memory isn't just of the humans, but of the specific fields, the smells of cultivated plants, and the sounds of human activity. This learned avoidance, though sometimes inconvenient for local communities, is a direct result of their powerful memory protecting them from repeated negative interactions, preserving their lives and the lives of their young. Even vital resources like water can become associated with danger. During severe droughts, elephants might be forced to seek water in unusual or risky locations. An experience of encountering predators or aggressive human activity at a new water source will be logged. In subsequent dry seasons, even when desperate for water, the herd will remember and actively avoid that specific well or riverbend, opting for safer, albeit possibly more distant, alternatives. This calculated risk assessment, driven by memory, prioritizes safety over immediate gratification, ensuring the long-term well-being of the herd. The extraordinary lifespan of an elephant, often reaching 60 to 70 years in the wild, is intrinsically linked to the power of their memory. Over decades, an individual elephant accumulates a vast repository of experiences, triumphs, and perils. This extended period allows for the deep embedding of lessons learned from rare or extreme events. A threat encountered only once every 20 years, such as a severe flood or a specific human-caused danger, can still be vividly recalled when the circumstances recur, safeguarding the lives of the herd through the wisdom of its longest living members. Ultimately, the elephant's ability to recognize dangerous places years after a single bad experience is a cornerstone of their survival. It ensures that lessons learned from the past are not forgotten, but actively applied to present and future decisions. This cognitive prowess allows herds to navigate an increasingly complex and often perilous world, making choices that protect their offspring and perpetuate their lineage. It is a testament to their deep understanding of their environment and the profound importance of experiential knowledge. The elephant's memory is more than just recall, it is a dynamic, adaptive system. It enables them to interpret subtle cues, to make informed decisions, and to ensure the well-being of their communities. This remarkable capacity to retain and apply critical lessons from singular, negative experiences, sometimes across generations through social learning, stands as a powerful testament to their intelligence and resilience. It reminds us of the profound complexity of the animal mind and the intricate strategies employed by life to persist in a challenging world.